Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome to my channel. I got a lot of requests of reviewing the 7 Series, the last 7 Series with a big petrol engine. Today that's why I have this for you. This is the 2022 BMW 745 LE and I'm doing a full in-depth review of this car. So let's start the full in-depth review with the front fascia, but before that, thanks to Big Autos for providing this car to me. And if you need any German or Japanese cars that are high-end, that are pre-owned, you can go to them. I'm going to link their Facebook page at the description. Now let's start the full in-depth review of the car with a little bit of short history of the 7 Series. So the BMW 7 Series. The BMW 7 Series is the most luxury BMW you can buy now. And it is the most biggest BMW you can buy now as well. The BMW 7 Series has always been the most luxurious and the most best at performance with a long size sedan. That's why the 7 Series is called the king of the large size vehicles. The competitors of this car are very complicated. It's the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, the king of luxury, the Audi A8, the mixture of both, and the BMW 7 Series, the best at the performance. So the BMW 7 Series was officially launched to be the most luxurious sedan that BMW sells, and it is, but it had a lot of competitors. So in the luxury segment, I like the S-Class more, but at the performance segment, this is not bad. And in this generation, there was 2 vehicles. One was the pre-LCI that was started at 2014 to 2018. Then is the LCI, that is this vehicle that started at 2019 to 2022. And there's a new generation that came out after this model, but it's not available in Bangladesh yet. But if it is, I'm going to do a full in-depth review of that, or if I go back to Canada in a few months, I will do that too. Now let's come to the front fascia, and I want to show you guys the key of the car. So this is the digital key, but it has to be charged, that's why it's off. But you have your unlock, lock with the BMW logo. This is for opening the trunk. This is the key or the button for turning on the screen, but it doesn't have charge right now. And I'm going to get inside and show you guys the front fascia first. So let's go inside and turn it on. Foot on the brake, pressing the start button, the car turns on. This is the daytime running lights, this is the hazard, this is the full headlight, and this is with the high beam, and this is without the high beam. Let me tell you one thing before I show you guys the headlights. That is that BMW offered 2 different types of lights for this vehicle. One is this that this car has, that's the BMW LED, and there's one that's optional extra, that was the BMW laser lights. So these are the LEDs. You have your daytime running lights / your hazards on top. This is your daytime running lights, to be exact, that's your hazard. You have 2 projector setups, and below the projector setups are your high beams. And the projector setup can move like this, so when you are high beaming and another car is coming from the other side, the headlight's going to go down so it doesn't disturb the other driver. Very good technology. But on the new BMW cars, the headlights are separated. It looks like a Hyundai, but it is good when it comes to tech. Headlights are nice. Now let's come to the front grille. That is the most controversial part of this car, the big kidney grills. To be honest, because this car is so close to my heart, that's why it's grown to me, and it actually looks good when you get the optional extra black package. But the inside of the grille are closed right now, but it automatically opens when the engine needs cooling. You have the front camera right there for your surround view camera, and you have the number plate slot here, 6 sensors. You have intakes for feeding air inside, and this is open, this is closed, but the side ones are open that take air here and get it out the wheel well. That's nice. And there's 2 different front looks you can get. One is the luxury line, that is a little different, it's more luxurious, and this is the M Sport. That's where the front is a little more aggressive. Now let me show you the car's engine, but before that, let's talk about a little bit of safety. When it comes to safety, I'm going to tell you Mercedes is more safer to drive than BMWs. But BMW is not that less safer than other manufacturers. BMW is one of the brands that are always at performance. And performance doesn't mean just 0 to 60, it also comes to safety. So it has automatic braking assist, cruise control, it can automatically detect any cars at the front and in the back and automatically stop it. Rain sensing wipers, and that's pretty much it for the front. Now let me show you the car's engine. So when you go to the driver's side and you pull it twice, once and twice, it opens it, and there's no actual lock, you just lift it up. but all manufacturers are doing the same thing now. It's not copying BMW, it's just a new tech that BMW released at first. So this car, let's talk about all the different engine variants you can get on the BMW 7 Series. The baseline 7 Series comes with the 745 LE, that is this. Then there's one on top of that, that is the 750 Li, and then there's the M760 Li. So the M760 Li has a V12 engine, that's 6 liters, and the 50i has a 4.4 liter V8, and the 45e has a 3 liter straight 6 with a 48 volt mild hybrid system. But the mild hybrid system is converted to a plug-in hybrid system. So when you're home, you could charge up the car. It can easily charge with 220 and 240 volt, but it is pretty fuel efficient considering it's a German automobile. Now let's come close to the engine. You have eDrive written here, so some people can understand it's electric drive. You have the BMW logo here. You have the 6-cylinder signs with blue accent. This is where you pour the engine oil. This is the BMW logo, and the engine is closer to the cabin for the 50-50 weight distribution that all BMW cars are getting. You have insulation on the top. With this engine is a 8-speed ZF automatic transmission, and this car is all-wheel drive with its XDrive system. And the power output is pretty good too. 389 horsepower, 443 pound-feet of torque. Pretty good when it comes to performance because it's BMW. And that's going to be pretty much it for the engine. Now let me close the hood that you can do like a random car. You could just get it closer and push it from both sides. There it closes. And the width of this car is 79.4 inches. Now let me show you the car's side profile. So the length of this car is 207.4 inches. It is a little bit shorter than the new S-Class, but the new 7 Series is much longer than this car. Now let me show you the front wheels. So on the standard car, you get more smaller wheels with the luxury line that is free, but when you pay the M Sport package, this is the first wheel you get. These are 245 45 R19s, 6-piston BMW M brakes at the front, and this car has fully air suspension at the front and the back too, and it is very comfortable, trust me. The front disc thickness is 14.7 inches. It has double Osmo suspension with air springs, and if you look at from this angle, you can see the opening that is there for aerodynamics. Now if we come back, you can see this chrome accent that is here that actually takes air here and air out, and it all the way extends till here till all the way to the back. That's nice. You have an M badge too, and it actually looks good with the side profile of this car. I'm going to unlock the car with the keyless entry and show you guys the plug-in hybrid charging place. So when the car is unlocked, if you just press here, it opens up and it lights up with this white color when the car is in normal charge, and then you can plug it in. It doesn't take that much long to charge this car either. You have more information here, but when the car is charging, this light turns into green too. So there we go, we're pretty much done with that. Now let me close that, and let's come to the exterior mirror. You have your hazards light here, you have the camera here, and it is blind spot monitoring and lane keep assist. You have chrome surroundings in the windows, that is satin chrome, and the rear and the front glass are tinted, but the rear glass is privacy glass. And it also has soft door close, and just look how big the rear doors are, because this is the long wheelbase. And if you close the door like gently, it's going to close inside. And the door handles are nice too. It's body colored and chrome, and it has keyless entry on 4 of the doors. And then you can unlock it from here, and the mirror automatically unfolds. And you can lock it up from here as well, and it folds automatically. And the wheelbase of this car is 126.4 inches, and because it has air suspension, the car can raise automatically and lower automatically just a little bit. So it is pretty nice. Now let's come to the rear wheels. So the rear wheels are more thicker than the fronts because this car has a staggered setup. So the rear ones are 275 40 R19s. You have your 4-piston brakes. The rear calipers are ventilated as well. Rear caliper thickness is 14.5 inches with multi-link suspension, air springs. And the wheel also has the M badge inside. That's nice. Now let's go to the other side, and I'm going to show you the car's fuel tank. So for opening the fuel tank, I have to go inside the car and open it. I don't know if where we are back to the 2000s. You press that button and the lock opens, and if you just press it, there it opens. So this car has a very small fuel tank. It is 46 liters, but BMW designed it in a way that if it even had a small fuel tank, the hybrid battery and the car's engine doesn't consume that much amount of fuel. But there you can see it's just openable like that for tightening, and you can open it till the other side for opening it, and there's a place where you can put the tank, the cover. But the new generation of the 7 Series is obviously going to get the capless fuel tank. There, locked. And you have your recommendations right here for your fuel. There, we close that. Now I'm going to show you the car's rear. So the height of this car is 52.3 inches. Now I'm going to get inside the car and turn on the rear tail lights. From the pre-LCI, the LCI has a major difference at the rear of the car. So you can see this light that all the way extends to the other side, but on the previous generation or the pre-facelift model, it didn't have it. Let's get inside and turn on the rear tail lights. Foot on the brake, pressing the start button. This is the full light with hazard, rear fog, and reverse. Putting it back to park. Here I come outside. And you can see from this side, first of all, it all the way turns on with this wraparound design that's here with the BMW logo inside. And then you can see it turns on from here and all the way extends. You have the chrome trimmings and the hazard, and this all the way goes to the other side. The chrome trimmings and the light too, that all the way goes. Then we're done with the rear tail lights. You have XDrive written. On BMW cars, if it's 4-wheel drive, it's called the XDrive. On Mercedes cars, if it's 4-wheel drive, it's called the 4MATIC. In Audi cars, when it's 4-wheel drive, it's called Quattro. In Lexus cars, if it's 4-wheel drive, it's called the E4, same as Toyota. You have the BMW logo right here at the center, and then you have the 7 for 7 Series, 45 for the 3 liter, L for the long wheelbase, E for electric. You have the number plate slot here with 2 number plate slot lights and a reversing camera. And if you get down, this is where the M Sport package kicks in. You have 2 reflectors on either side and real exhaust tips on either side as well. Like if you can see, it has one big tip here, one big tip there. And that's it. You have a shark fin antenna that is functional and an upper stop brake light that's inside. Now let me show you if the 7 Series is practical when it's electric. So now let's open the trunk from here. So let's press this button and it's going to powerly open. The S-Class has a bigger boot space from this car and the AA2. This car has a total storage with the rear seats up is 515 liters. S-Class has 550 liters. Big difference. But why is this car less storageable than the S-Class? Because this is a mild hybrid system and the S-Class has a small battery. So if you open this, you can see you have some storage area inside. That's the number plate slot that's openable. And then if you open this, you have another storage area. And that's pretty much it for this side. If you come to the other side, if I get this out, this is your plug-in hybrid charger that you can open from here. And there you can see your charger. It's a nice color. And then you can put that in, and this place is magnetic, so it's going to automatically clip in. And the owner's manual of the car is here as well. You see BMW. And the 7 Series. Putting that back in, putting that back inside, putting the charger back inside. There we go, and you open this, you have the first aid kit of the car. You can see BMW, Mini, but there's no Rolls Royce because it's owned by the same group. There, we close that too. But unfortunately, you can't fold down the seats on this car because this has the exclusive package. But if it's the normal car, you can fold it down. You have your emergency triangle here, 2 buttons, one for closing the boot, one for closing the boot and locking the car. So now let's get inside of the 7 Series. So now let's get inside the new 7 Series. You can see how big the opening is. So if someone's very fat or anything, you can still get inside the car. And if you get inside, doors are pretty hard to close because it's not automatic. But the new 7 Series has power doors, so it can make your life much easier than it is now. So first of all, let's come to the seats. The seats are fully in leather. You have Isofix anchor points on either side. As you can see here, it's chainable. And the seats are just so comfortable. You have cushioning on the top too. And it's just a very luxury experience. Someone can sit on the center row, but you have a big transmission tunnel. But if someone's not staying there, you can just open the center armrest. You have a little storage cubby here, and this is the remote for the aftermarket screens. And then you can close that, and you can open this. This is the tablet that comes with this car, and it's from Samsung. So you can control a lot of stuff from the screen, like the media and radio. So you can connect the Bluetooth at the main infotainment system. But if it's too far, you can just play from here. you can control the navigation and the car settings. So if you press on the car settings, you can control the overview of the car. That's here, the 7 Series. You can control the climate control, the sun protection, and the seat settings and the interior lighting. So if I go on the interior lighting and ambient lighting, you can see the ambient lighting is here. I can change the color to green, and you can see there it changes up. I can change it to purple as well, and there it changes. So now I'm just going to keep it on green and go to the sun protection system. So you can control all of the different blinds from the buttons here. So you can open the rear blind, and there the rear sunroof blind opens up. You can control the side blinds, so I can get the side blinds up, and same for the other side. And I can also control all of them at the same time. So if I just press this, the front and the back is going to close automatically. And that's pretty much it for the tablet features. Now I'm going to get the tablet back in its storage cubby, and if you press this, there's a cup holders for your beverages, and you have controls here for your seat, so you could easily get the seat front and relax a bit. So now the seat is coming forward, so it has more room at the back, so you can recline the back now. That's the maximum, and now you can recline the back and recline the headrest as well, and easily, comfortably sit inside. But if you need more luxury, you can get the optional extra Executive Plus package. Then it's just a 2-seater. You have a magazine holder here with your wooden treatment. This is your aftermarket screen, and then if you press this, this is your vanity mirror with the light for the back. And then if we come to the center place, you have your own climate control for both of the sides that you can control from here for both of the sides, where you want the air and the wind speed. It's pretty easy to use. You have a phone holder here, you have some 12-volt socket and 2 chargers, and you have your AC vents on the top. That's movable from here. Now let's get this up. Let's come to the other side like I would every time, and let's show you guys the door. Before that, you have a jacket holder here, you have an AC vent here that you can see, and then you have your side sill with your another side sill with the M badge. And look how new this car is. The packaging isn't even open it yet. Now let's come to the door, and you have a big massive light here that I'm showing you in a bit. You have this nice wooden treatment with your door handle, and then full leather treatment grab handle, and you have the buttons for closing the blind and opening the blind. This is for opening the blind, and then you can open the window. That is double glazed. Obviously I didn't even see it, but I can just say it's double glazed, but it's not. Oh my god. The double glazed is on the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. And then you can close the blind from here as well, and you have 2 memory seats at this side, and you have 3 memory seats on the front. Then you have the BMW headphones on either side for both of the passengers, and that's going to be pretty much it. You have your ashtray here, and you have your Harman Kardon sound system. Now I'm going to close the door and show you guys the light. It has soft door close too, so if I just slowly close the door, it closes. And if I open the window, but if you open the window and then try to turn it on, it's still not going to turn the light on. So that's why I'm going to open the door for you guys and then go to the other side and show you guys the other light. So if you just press this, it's going to turn off, and then if you press it again, it's going to slowly turn on the light. But it doesn't have that much power because it's morning now, but it can detect if it's night or morning. And the windows don't have any sound while closing and opening. That's what I like most about BMW vehicles. And as I mentioned, it has soft door close, so just slowly, and there it gets it in. Now let's get inside the front seats. First, let me show you guys the dash of this car. You have your airbag here, you have a vent for defogging the windows, you have this nice wooden treatment all the way till here, an ambient lighting strip on top. You have your AC vent here, you have a lockable glove box that you can open, and you have a perfume dispenser that's inside this, so you can just open this place, and there your perfume comes out, and then you can put it inside. It's different from Mercedes-Benz, but not as different. Now let's get this in, and let's come to the seats. Seats are so comfortable and it looks so nice. It is heated and ventilated, and massaging is an option that you can get on this car. But it is 12-way adjustable for the passenger, fully powered, and you have 2 memory seats, and it's same for the driver. fully powered 12-way adjustable. Now let me show you the car's sunroof. Turning the car on, and then you can just press this button for opening the blind, and then you can open the sunroof as well. There you go, and that is the maximum opening on this car. Now let's close the sunroof. Closes. This is for closing the blind. Now let's come to the storage cubbies. If you open this, you have a storage area here with a USB-C tab and a power outlet. If you close this, you have more wooden treatment here. This is for your auto hold. This is the parking brake of the car. This is the shortcut buttons for all of your different system. This is the infotainment system controller. This is your gear knob, and over here on this side is your drive modes. If you open this, you have a wireless charger here. If I get this out, you have a wireless charger here, and then if you put that back in, you have a USB, 2 cup holders, one is an ashtray, and you have a cigarette lighter too. Get that in, get that in. Now let me show you the car's infotainment system. Foot on the brake, pressing the start button, the car slowly turns on, and then you can see the infotainment turns on as well. So this car has a 11.5-inch full digital infotainment system, but the new generation has a full screen, but on this generation you have this screen. So it's very easy to use. You have your media, you can go to media and connect your phone for Bluetooth. You have your map that's here, that doesn't work in Bangladesh unfortunately, but it's still scanning. And then you can go to your menu and go to car settings from here, and then you can go to the driving information like your journey data, sports display, driving style, and energy flow. So you can see all the different stuff. And then if I go down, you can see your vehicle status, like your engine oil, brake fluid, and all of the different stuff. This is for your charging. This is settings, driver's profile. You can make your own profile as well, and owner's manual. If you go back from there, you have your apps, and then you have all of this display that you can configure through your way. Like these are like widgets, so it's very easy to control. And over on the top you have some shortcut buttons. Now let me just quickly show you guys the car's 360-degree camera. So if I just turn this on, this is for the car's rear 360-degree camera. You have the reversing camera with adaptive guidelines, and you have the 360-degree camera here. That's nice. And one more cool feature that's on this car is the car can automatically reverse how you drive the car, like almost like 12 to 13 kilometers. So if it's like a very hard to get inside way, it knows like how you got inside, and it can automatically reverse the same way. You don't have to touch the steering wheel. It's going to automatically do it by itself. And now I'm going to put it back to park. And when you change the driving modes, so when I put it on sports, one second. So this is when I put it on sports, this is when I put it on hybrid, this is when I put it on electric, but the car doesn't have enough charge for that. But yeah, so overall it's a very nice infotainment system. You have 2 AC vents here with the button to turn on your hazard. This is for turning the vent off and on, and this is fully poweredly adjustable. It's a screen right there, cooler or hotter. And then these are your shortcut buttons, and this for the volume. This is for the favorite buttons that's on the top, and these are touch sensitive. Then you have the climate control menu. So you have some here. This is for max AC, where you want the air. This is for max front windshield heater and rear windshield heater, and this is for the temperature. And this is for my side, so you have sync, no outside air coming inside, and AC on, and where you want the air and my side's temperature. It's controllable from there. And then you can turn on the perfume dispenser. So you can turn it off or turn it on full 3, and it can tell you how much you want the perfume and how much you have perfume left inside. There, and you can, because there's 2 different perfumes inside, you can configure it through which one you want, but one is finished, one is still there. So I'm going to keep that on. And the wind speed, of course, for both of the sides. This is your rear view mirror. This is for turning on the lights, and the lights are really nice. This is for turning on the reading lights. It's just a small portion. And these are the vanity mirrors with a small mirror inside there. Same on my side. And there's one more button for opening the rear sunroof. So I can just press that button, and there it opens. And I can open my one too from here. There. Now let me show you the car's steering wheel. So with the M Sport package, you get this steering wheel that is much more wider and much more aggressive. You have paddle shifters at the back. These are for your cruise control, these are for your media. Now let me show you the car's instrument cluster. Foot on the brake, pressing the start button, and it's going to slowly turn on the instrument cluster of the car. Over here you have your battery percentage. Over here it's going to tell you how much you can drive it on electric power, so it doesn't have any charge that was 0 kilometer and 0. Outside temperature, gear, which driving mode you're in. This is your display for your foot receiver, so how much you're pressing on the gas and how much you're pressing on the brake. You have your G-force meter here. This is your speedo, top speed is 260 kilometers, and you can see the time, the fuel gauge that's here, and how much it can go with the fuel it has. And you can change the instrument cluster when you put on sports. The RPM comes up. This is hybrid and this is electric. It's the same when it comes to electric and hybrid. And you can also configure this, so if I want I can put something else like media, just the gears and the range, the consumption, the total mileage, that is 5,691 kilometers, the power gauge, so the sports display, so how much kilowatt of power and newton meters of torque you're using, and then you have the G-force meter. I'm just going to leave it like this until now and put it on sports, so it's just the full nice display. And then you have XDrive on the top. You can get an optional extra heads-up display, but this car doesn't have it. And then when you turn it off, it slowly goes, and then when you open the door, it does this nice animation. Now let me show you the car's door. First of all, you have a vent for defogging the windows. Then you have your ambient lighting strip with the wood. This is your AC vent. This is your light controls, the rear fog, headlight control, and the parking for either side, and the instrument cluster brightness. It's for opening the fuel tank. This is for opening the hood. You have to pull twice. Then you have your brake pedal, dead pedal, brake pedal, and gas pedal. Then you have the seat controls that's here, and this is the lumbar support that you can extend. Get inside and get it outside. So if you're tall, you can use this. And then you have the side still here with the M badging. And now let's come to the door. You have your Twitter here from Harman Kardon. Then you have your ambient lighting strip and wood that all the way goes till the back. And this is your manually lock and unlock button. And then this is the door handle. You have the lock and unlock here. Grab handle here. You have the window openers and the rear blind opener. And this is for locking the windows. Exterior mirror controls. You have your big speaker, boot opening and close, storage area, and 2 memory seats, and controlling the left side. And that's going to be pretty much it. Now let's go and drive this car. So now let's go drive the car. Foot on the brake, pressing the start button. Steering automatically comes down. Now wearing your seat belt. Whenever you drive, make sure you wear your seat belt because it's the law. I'm going to turn on my sports display. You can see all of the different stuff. There the camera turns on, and now let's go and drive this car. So because it's a big car, but the rear wheels move a bit, so that's why it's very easy to configure this car. And the turning radius of this car is 42.4 feet. That is pretty good. And because it has air suspension, it is much comfortable to drive this car than normal other cars. And BMW cars are mostly focused on performance and stuff like that, but Mercedes is more focused on luxury bits and mostly comfort. But that doesn't mean BMW cars are not comfortable, and the same goes to Mercedes, that is not good at performance. There comes a speed bump. Here we're gonna go. Feel nothing because the air suspension is so good. And the car is literally, if it has full charge on, it all the way goes to the car's battery. It doesn't even need to turn on the engine. And when you put it on sports, it just says sports. It just glides through the roads. It's that good. Good to see tourists in our country. It's looks nice. And it's very good at performance as well. And you can't even feel the bumps. And here we are back. Let's look at the parking first. The reversing camera is very helpful. The mirrors are very helpful as well. Just one complaint I have on this car, the brakes are very grippy. But if you need this car, make sure you can contact with Big Autos. I'm going to leave their Facebook page at the description, and my social medias in the description as well. I don't want to listen to you guys in the comment section. The price of this car is 2 crore 45 lakhs asking. Now I can easily go and relax at home. Peace.